Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another Fiery Friends stream. I am your host, the Infernoman here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day where you're at. So, we are going to be, of course, playing with the hottest in budget deck technology. What exactly, however, you may be wondering, are we playing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And let's see what we got, okay? Awesome. Okay, so Pioneer Masters just debuted literally like a couple hours ago, but I haven't had a time to actually put together something that utilizes Pioneer Masters, so we're going to hold off on that for tomorrow. That's right, we're actually going to have a back-to-back stream, so tomorrow we'll actually have a live stream at some point in the midday, but for today, I actually had some time today, so I figured, you know what, let's jump on live. Also, on all honesty, oh, hey, Dense Planet, welcome again. How you doing today, my fiery friend? Glad for you to join us as always. Honestly, originally today was supposed to be a deck tech day that was supposed to go out on YouTube, but let's just say I had some technical difficulties, so that's now going to have to get pushed back to, it's going to get pushed back to, I think, Friday for the next deck tech video. Usually it doesn't take me too long for a smaller one, but I'm going to have to redo a lot of recordings. But that's neither here nor there today. So I figured instead, hey, we got some time. We'll throw on, of course, instead a fun Brawl deck I can throw on just for today, since I got a little bit of time before I actually have to do my big boy job. Otherwise, let's go ahead and let's show you again. What are we playing today? Well, thanks to Foundations, and I know we talked about this a little bit a while ago when we actually made our elf deck, but I figured, you know what? Now's the time. We got to put together, of course, a Lathril deck, utilizing all the fun stuff that we can play with in this setup. But exactly what are we doing? Well, I mean, I guess I'll just simply say it. It's just elves, but dark. So that's basically it for us. As far as what we're going to be trying to rock right here is, let's see. Hold on one second here. Okay, sorry. I was just checking something off screen for a moment there. Okay, so what exactly are we going to be playing? Well, the thing that we're going to be rocking today is going to be, we have a Lathril deck, as I just mentioned earlier, Legendary Creature Elf Noble here. I'm sure many of you have, of course, seen this card before, so it's actually a really, really sweet card for us. And we're going to be rocking this with, of course, a giant elf deck. The biggest twist, of course, is we're going to be utilizing, of course, a very nice budget theme. Well, granted, it's budget in Arena. So just keep that in mind. It's not budgets, I don't think, on paper. I'll have to check, of course, when we actually take the time to look this up. When I leave a link, of course, later on. But of course, sorry, don't mean to fumble too much here. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's talk about what this card is going to try to do. So Lathril, Blade of the Elves, is a 4-mana 2/3 Elf Noble here. It has Menace, and it has, whenever Lathril deals combat damage to a player, you can create that many 1/1 green Elf Warrior creature tokens, and then you can tap 10 untapped Elf control, and then you get to have your opponent lose 10 life and you gain 10 life. We don't really care about, of course, life gain. We just want to utilize this, of course, to drain out our opponent here and close out the game very, very quickly. So that's mostly what we're trying to do today. Otherwise, in order for us to pull this off, however, we're going to, of course, talk about all the cards in the deck. So before we get to that, let's actually talk about, of course, the stats. So for the stats of the deck, our Dark Elves is going to be, as I mentioned, of course, Golgari colors. That's pretty obvious. We're looking at an average mana curve about 2.6. You're looking at, 45 creatures in the deck. It's obviously, of course, 44 of them are elves. We have one non-elf. We'll talk about that in a bit. We have 7 instants, 8 sorceries, 2 artifacts, 6 enchantments, 2 planeswalkers, 1 battle, and 29 lands. Yes, the lands look very, very low, but you have to hold on for a second here. As always, it does look a little skewed because we have a lot of these modal tap lands. So I'll get to those in just a little bit. Otherwise, here's how we're going to show off this offer. So we have, first off, of course, jumping into the one-drop, we're going to talk about all of the cards, going in order as always. And then for those of you that haven't seen this before, we're going to go over as many games as possible over the next couple hours, and we'll see how well we do afterwards. We'll talk about, of course, like some of the stuff that maybe did do well, didn't do well, and overall stuff that maybe you enjoy about the deck if you do like it. Now, with all that in mind here, so let's talk about, as I just mentioned right now, all the cards in the deck. So, starting in the one-drop slot here. Annihilating Glare, sacrifice an artifact or a creature, or pay 4 to destroy a creature or planeswalker. Of course, we want to play this for just 1 mana. Super cheap removal for us. Malakar Rebirth here can be a tap land in a pinch, but otherwise you can utilize this to keep Lathril, for example, alive. Vat of Rebirth here is going to be also going to be a great card for us. A lot of people are really, really sleeping on this card. I talk about this card a lot. I really think a lot of people should be playing more of this card. Vat of Rebirth here is going to be a card that every time we have a creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, we get to put an oil counter on it. You take off 4 oil counters, tap this, and tap 3 mana to bring back that card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Really, really awesome for us to just make sure we keep our key elves back onto the field. Allosaurus Shepherd, of course, you have it in the deck. It is an extremely expensive card in paper, but of course for Arena, it's only only just a single mythic, so we got to rock it in this deck. It can't be countered, and also all of our green spells cannot be countered. We can then utilize this to pump up all of our elves to become 5/5s, dinosaur elves, and that is going to be hilariously awesome to close out the game. Citanli, wait, no. I gotta, let me pronounce this correctly here. Citanul Stalwart? Is that how you say it? You know what? We're just gonna go with that. It's the Stalwart. The Stalwart here is an Elf Druid Soldier. It's a 1/1. You tap another artifact or creature to then just make sure that we can fix our mana. Elvish Mystic, it's a staple. It's a mana dork. We have to have it. Just Spirit Sentinel, a same thing just like the Stalwart. You tap something else to then make some mana. Land of War Elves, also a staple. You got to have it in the deck. Mana Dork helps us with the game plan. Land of War Stalker here will get itself a little extra pump whenever we get more creatures entering the battlefield, so it can be an early game threat. I'm not sure again. Maybe I might want to cut this one only just because I realize I might want to put in one artifact that might protect Lathril, but we'll hold off on that one for just a moment. Tamiyo Safekeeping here is for protection reasons. It can protect any one of our permanents, give it hexproof, indestructible, and gain 2 life. Twists and Turns here is a 1-drop here. It's an enchantment where every time a creature would explore, we actually get to scribe on when then that creature can explore. When Twists and Turns enters, target creature we control explores. And as long as we have 7 or more lands, it could flip into its own land as a cave, and then we can utilize its ability to then dig 4 cards deep into our library to pull out a creature card and then put it into our hand. So just, again, good for the late game. Wirewood Symbiote here. This is an incredibly, actually, very, very powerful card here. You can then utilize its ability for free, and this is instant speed. So you can bounce back an elf we control to our hand and untap another creature. So utilizing this, and then just keep tapping and untapping some of our mana dorks, basically can help us go infinite and get us a ton of extra elves onto the battlefield. Let's see, Revitalizing Spree Past right here. It's a tap land in a pinch, and it's dual, but of course we can utilize it to then put a +1/+1 counter on a creature and give it indestructible for protection. Tyvar Stand, just similar, just of course to the, what was it here? Tamiyo Safekeeping here, gives our creature hexproof and indestructible. You don't have to actually pay the X, you can just pay it for as is, and still gives you the same effect. Elderfang Ritualist here, it does have a slight modification because it is technically from the alchemy nerfs and buffs, but again, we're just still going to use it regardless. It's a 3/1 2 mana, at least in this version here. It's an elf cleric. When it dies, you can exile it, and if we can bounce back a Tyvar card or an elf card from our graveyard to our hand to bring back the key cards we need. Skemfar Avenger here is going to be a 3/1 hero. Anytime another elf or berserker we control dies, draw a card, gain 1, lose 1 life. Removal here in Infernal Grasp, destroy a creature, we lose 2 life at instant speed. Nowhere to Run here. This is actually a card that may seem a little awkward in the deck, but hear me out for a second here. It does have Flash. It does give -3/-3 to a creature, so it is spot removal. But of course, the main reason we want to have it is creatures our opponent control cannot have hexproof or ward to then make it a lot easier for us to get rid of them with key spot removal. Wither Crown, in case we need something a little more unique, this can then give one of our opponent's creatures pace power of 0, and then at the beginning of their upkeep, they can keep losing 1 life unless they sacrifice the creature with this attached to it. Atrox's Fall here is going to be our catch-all removal for artifacts, battles, enchantments, or creatures flying. Attendant Socialite here is pretty much the same thing as Land of War Stalker. Every time a creature comes in, it'll get a pump for itself until end of turn. Druid the Cowl, another mana dork that we have. Dwayne's Elite, it enters, and as long as we have an elf, which should be no problem for us, we'll get to add in a token for that. Elfheim Druid here is going to be an Elf Druid. Well, of course, we get to utilize it as a mana dork. We don't have any kick spells, I believe, in the deck, so the secondary ability doesn't hurt us that much, but we just need another mana dork. Elvish Visionary enters, draws us a card. Elvish Warmaster here, a really, really awesome card for us that's great for the deck. Elf Warrior here, every time we have another elf enter, we get to create another token, and then for 7 mana, elves we control get +2/+2 until Death's Hedge, so it's a great way to finish off our opponent. Gala Greeters here is another amazing card with its Alliance ability. Anytime another creature enters, you get a +1/+1 counter on it, or you can make a trapped treasure token, or you can gain 2 life, so it's great overall. Into the North here is going to help us, of course, dig out our Snowland. And of course, it doesn't have to actually be a basic, so it can actually be any one of our Snowlands here, or any one of our other ones that have the snow subtype on it. We have also Over the Edge here. We can then utilize this to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and then we can have a creature we control explores, and if it does, explore again, so great for us to dig out some more lands if we need to. Paradise Druid has hexproof, and it's another great mana dork for us. Priest of Titania here. I can't believe they actually added this into Arena, but this is an incredibly powerful card here. Same thing, for only a 1 uncommon here, you get to tap this to add green mana for each elf on the battlefield. That's amazing. Sylvan Ranger here, when it enters, you can just dig out a land. Leaf Crown Visionary here is going to be one of our card draw engines. It also gives all of our elves +1/+1, and anytime we have an elf spell, pay the green, you can then draw another card. Back for Seconds will, of course, help us bring back some of our key elves that we need from the deck with the bargain ability. Sacrifice maybe most likely a token, so we can bring back 2 creatures with a mana value of 4 or less onto the battlefield, and the other one into our hand. Since we are going to have a little bit of sacrificing here and there, we will have Bastion of Remembrance here just to make sure we keep stabilization going for our whole deck. Balagator Recovery is going to be great for us. It enters as tapped land, or of course you can utilize it to bounce a creature back from our graveyard to our hand. Bridgework Battles here is going to be one of our pseudo fight mechanics, but also we can utilize this as a land in a pinch, so it's great for us. Impervious Perfect also gives all of our elves +1/+1. We can then utilize it to tap and then create another token. Kalani's Ambush can be a fight spell in a pinch as always, but also you can utilize this as a tap land. Llanowar Visionary here, when it does enter, we can then draw a card. Reclamation Sage, when it enters, we can then destroy an artifact or enchantment. Spelunking here is going to help us, of course, make sure all of our lands, when they enter, then they will make sure they are untapped. Springbloom Druid here, if it does enter, sacrifice a land, and then we can then dig up 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield. Tireless Provisioner here, every time we have the landfall trigger go off, we can make a food or treasure token. Elvish Archdruid here is going to be another one of our elves here, which gives us all a +1/+1, and also gives us 1 green mana for each elf we control, which is great for our deck. Circle of Dream Druids here is going to be a 3-drop here, same thing similar to the Priest of Titania, adds 1 green for each elf we control. And then, hold on 1 second here, sorry, just looking at something over off to the side here. Give me 1 second here, everybody. There we go. Llanowar Tribe here is going to be awesome for us as well, and then taps, of course, to help us get some green mana. Abomination of Llanowar. This is also actually a really powerful card here. It's actually really great as a finisher because it has power and toughness equal to the amount of elves we control plus the number of elves in our graveyard. So even if we get Wrathed a bunch, this can be a really powerful threat to finish off our opponent. Herald King of Skemfar here. It enters. We can dig 7 deep to reveal an elf, warrior, or Tyvar card, which we have plenty of in this deck. Glissa Sunslayer here is going to be a Phyrexian zombie elf. First strike Death Touch makes it extremely hard to get rid of, but of course what's great about that is we can then do some combat damage, get to draw a card, lose some life, destroy an enchantment, or remove up to 3 counters from a permanent. Okran Assassin here is actually also another one of our key finishing cards here. I actually love what this card's trying to do. Basically, we swing with everything. All creatures that are able to block the assassin have to do so. So that means a free swing for us with most of our cards, which can help us sometimes close out the game. Shaman of the Pack can also be another great finisher for the deck. When it enters, an opponent has to lose life equal to the number of elves we control. Tyvar here is, of course, going to have to be a key in the card. Have to be a key card that we're going to utilize here. And of course, when it does, when its ability is, you can activate abilities of creatures we control as those creatures have haste. So it's going to be great for our mana dorks. You can also untap up to 1 target creature. We don't care about the mill ability. We just want to make sure that we can just utilize our stuff much faster with the card. Grasping Shadows here. Whenever a creature we control attacks alone, it'll gain Death Touch and Lifelink, so this is great for stabilization with a big creature we have. And then if we can flip it into Shadows Lair, it's another cave here that we can utilize as a land, and also we can utilize its ability to kind of help us draw a couple of cards when we need to in a pinch. Skemfar Shadow Mage here, when it enters, it will make our opponent lose X life, where X is the amount of greatest number of creatures we control, which is of course elves in the deck, so that's why we have it. Crippling Fear is our only Wrath in the deck because we are heavily a creature deck, so we don't want to really wrath the board too much. We just want to make sure that we can just get what we need to. So this is a one-sided Wrath for us. It's really, really great. So we just choose elves, and since our opponent, of course, most likely won't have elves, they get -3/-3 until end of turn. Felda Profane here is another one of our lands that we can use in a pinch, but also if we have to, we can destroy a creature or planeswalker. Glittermonger here, tap it to create a treasure token, just to help us ramp a little bit. Daeonis Elvish Archdruid here is actually a really, really powerful card as well. Elves we control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped during our turn, untap it and put a +1/+1 counter on it, and this ability can only trigger once. This is great, of course, for the mana dorks. Tyvar Kelv, the original Tyvar here, is of course great because it turns all of our elves into mana dorks, but also we can utilize its abilities to put +1/+1 counters on stuff, give it Death Touch, create some elf tokens we need to. We don't need to care too much about the -7 ability too much. The first 2 are going to be great for us just as is. Beast Whisperer here is another great elf for us because every time we have a ton of creatures in the deck, we can keep drawing cards. Dwinian Dwinian Guiltleaf Diane here is going to be another card that we talked about, of course, in the mono green elves deck, but it's great for us here. So all of our elves get another pump here, and every time we swing, we get 1 life for each attacking elf we control. Liz Alana Huntmaster here. Every time we cast an elf spell, we can derive a token. Poison Tip Archer is another one of our great type of ways to kind of anti-wrath our opponent, if you will, because every time another creature dies, our opponent will lose the 1 life. Tyvar the Bell of Crows here. You notice we of course have to have all the Tyvars, but of course this is our legendary creature Tyvar here. Whenever 1 or more elves we control attacks, they will gain Death Touch, and then whenever a mana ability of this creature resolves, put a +1/+1 counter on it equal to the amount of mana this creature produced. That's actually pretty powerful to make some of our elves really, really big. Wardens of the Cycle here is going to be a 4-drop here with the Elf Warlock. It has the Morbid ability, so this means that anytime a creature has died this turn, we can either gain 2 life or draw a card and lose 1 life, so more card draw. Golgari Fine Broker here is going to be a Golgari Elf Shaman here. When it enters, we get to bring a permanent card from our graveyard back to our hand. Twin Blade Assassins, the 5th drop slot here is going to be an Elf Assassin, where if at the beginning of our end step, if a creature died this turn, and it doesn't actually have to be one of our creatures, we get to draw a card. Discipline of Freyalise here is an elf druid here. When we have it enter, you can sacrifice a creature. And if we do, gain life and draw some cards, which is great for us to help us kind of just get a little bit more action out of the game. Also, we can utilize it as a land in a pinch. Invasion of Lorwyn, here's our only battle in the deck, but when it does enter, destroy target non-elf creature an opponent controls equal to with the power of X or less, where X is the number of lands we control, which is great for us. And if it flips, we can make it an elf warrior where its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands we control. All right, we're almost done here, everybody, and then we'll get going on the games, I swear. Bachuka Bog is going to be in our lands here. When it enters, exile an opponent's graveyard, so graveyard hate. 7 Snow Swamps, 10 Snow Forests. Scam 4 Elder Hall, here's mostly for flavor reasons. It enters tapped, but of course we can then utilize it to make some more elf tokens and give -2/-2 to an opponent's creature. Dark Maw Bridge is going to be a tap land here. Festering Gulch, same thing, tap land, but it pings our opponent. Haunted Mire, also a tap land. Jungle Hollow is a life gain tap land. Woodland Chasm is a snow tap land. Arid Archway also enters tapped. It will bounce back one of our lands. However, we can utilize this, of course, to then maybe reset one of our modal lands we need to make it something more useful later. Command Tower is a staple. River's Overlook for a little bit of fetching. Urza's Cave also for additional fetching. And Volatile Fall here is going to also do a little bit of anti-land hate to our opponents. So this is, again, as I remind you, a budget deck for Arena. It might be a little expensive, however, in paper, but trust me, even with this, we should be still good to go. But otherwise, that is the whole deck for you. Whew, sorry about that. Okay, Dense Splendid, I got a deck for you for Brawl to duel with you. Okay, we'll talk about that, of course, a little bit later on, Dense Splendid. Don't worry, we will get there. We will get there. But for now, the question we have to ask ourselves is this deck on a budget on Arena possible to get some wins with? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take this into the Brawl format, and let's see how well it does. All right, so don't worry. I know I'm already trying to brew, as is right now, a deck for Pioneer Masters and Foundations, so we'll hopefully put something together tomorrow that'll be focused for the Midweek Magic event. I believe the Midweek Magic event goes live in an hour or so. Sirki, welcome. Hopefully having a wonderful day, my fiery friend, where you're ever at. Thanks again for joining us as always. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, so we're going to be playing our Dark Elves deck today. Okay, so the good news is here we do have a couple of key elves here that'll help us kind of get everything going on. We do have some ramp, which is great, so let's keep this. Okay, it's actually been a little while since I've done a stream with a budget deck. We've been doing a lot of non-budget streams, but I wanted to see if we can still pull off something here. I believe we still can. So, just Spira Sentinel, and go. What are we playing against? Oh, we're playing against Loot. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm still going to say it again. Loot is not a bad card. It is just an ugly little critter. Like, I know what Wizards is trying to do with Loot, but honestly, I don't think it's going to work. Loot is not cute to me. If you do like Loot, everybody, again, no offense, I just don't think he's cute. He's kind of like, there are things that are ugly cute. He is not ugly cute. He's just ugly to me. And it's kind of that uncanny valley thing. That's just how I see it. Okay. Not to rant too hard there, but I had to say it. Okay. So we will dig out a basic land. And we're going to have to get black. So we now have what we need. We will swing with our Sentinel. Down to 24, opponent. So obviously our opponent is going to try to see if they can start exiling a bunch of cards for card advantage. They probably have a big variety of stuff. Urza's Cave, that's great. Sirki, mono green Loot is fine. That image is more creepy though. Yeah, I think it's just because, again, mono green Loot, I actually kind of like that card better. But also just because, also, not only for the art, but I think it's a better card. Loot here, I mean, this one can arguably is a more powerful card, but you really, really have to build very well to get the most out of this Loot. But okay, I won't stop looking at the disgusting art. Any case, let's see, how do we do this here? I think we'll put down Liz Alana Huntmaster. Okay, so this will help us, of course, start going wide with our elves once we start getting stuff down. That's what agreed. Not exactly my type. Yeah. I think it's just the uncanny valley effect. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, of course, hound Loot completely here, but yeah. It's the eyes and the teeth. Fun fact, I actually did get my degree in animation, so I kind of have learned about character design and whatnot. If I actually kind of stuck to that, maybe I probably could have been a decent animator, but I kind of fell off on drawing. My point I'm trying to make, though, is this card is just... I don't know. I don't know how this got through on the approval for Wizards and whatnot, but just the design just needs a little bit of tweaking, and it actually would have been a fine card, but I'm sorry. I think it's just because you need something to offset those tiny teeth. I I think I have like a chart that shows somewhere why it would be why it's a really bad kind of Uncanny Valley card. But that's neither here nor there for that. Neither here nor there. Well, I cannot say words right now. Any case, opponent here playing loot. Oh, maybe our opponent got offended right there because they're like, nah, I'm gonna play loot in. Oh, actually, never mind. I don't want to play anymore. But okay, I guess a win's a win, so I'll take it. Yay, I suppose. I was kind of hoping I was gonna go off there with Lathril, but okay. Maybe our opponent didn't have the removal. So free win there. We get our free card, and let's just keep playing. But otherwise, as always, I do want to ask, of course, while we're setting up our next game. Yeah, probably slow hand. Okay. I mean, on the other hand here, even on a budget, you have to agree, elves can get out of hand quickly. But that's also kind of why I think elves is actually a really, really good creature type if you actually want to play on a budget. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of expensive elves, but even with all the expensive elves, you can actually put together a deck that ramps very quickly and get very powerful out of control if you're not careful. We've done several elf decks over the years on this channel, so there are definitely plenty of ways you can make elves work even on a budget. Alright, opponent's playing Temple of Plenty here. They're playing Yenna here. I actually haven't seen anybody play this, but it's an Enchantress deck, I'm guessing, so we're going to work with that. Okay, we gain 1 life. And opponents, show me what you got. Yeah, I will agree, Sirki. Once Lathril's down, if you cannot stop Lathril quickly, she will get extremely powerful very quickly. Paradise Druid. Alright, so we have a protected Mana Dork. 3 mana to go. Circle of Dream Druid, Unelfish Archdruid here. So we have basically 2 of our very powerful types right here. Okay. Let's see, how do we do this here? Okay. I think Elvish Archdruid. Get some pump. Dense Linnet. Well, to be exact, I'm not the type of guy who likes anything cute. I'll take the Eldritch Horrors, Awesome Monsters, and anything like that. Oh yeah. You're definitely a horror fan. I do know that for sure. Okay, block 1 of the tokens. Down to 22. Okay, so we need to get the most out of this. So in order to do that... Okay, so here's how we do this. Sylvan Ranger. Yes, we'll take the action here. We'll dig out a Snowland. Snowland down. Land of War Elves. Another Dork. Another Dork. Alright. We're going off here. Elves just gets stupidly good after a while. Oh man. Okay, opponent. Well, we definitely have all of our elves now. We just need Lathril out, and I think this might be a quick one if our opponent doesn't have an answer. Yenna coming out. So with that, I'm gonna have to turn off. Okay, so we're gonna turn off Adeline here. So that's, I think, gonna be our best solution here. Let's see. So with that, Adeline here shuts itself off. Lathril coming in. There we go, everybody. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So with that. Okay. Shaman of the pack. Sure. We're just going to drain our opponent here. Down to 17. Beast Whisperer. All right. Actually, I probably should have put Beast Whisperer down first. But okay. Activate its ability. Okay. So, opponents. 2 big swings right here. Block with the token? Sure. Down to 11. All right, opponents. Do you sacrifice Adeline? Oh, man. Elves, again, just really powerful. Even on our budget here. I mean, granted, we are using some of the busted ones in Arena, and it is kind of expensive in paper, but, man, it is such a powerful deck if your opponent is not prepared. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand, and we have basically the game-ending victory right here with Skemfar Shadow Mage. Eternal Wanderer. Oh, Eternal Wanderer. Wow. Oh, man. Our opponent really... Wow. Our opponent actually had the answer. I guess I got a little ahead of myself there. Okay, so we can rebuild. It's not the end of the world. Opponent will lose some life here. Down to 9. Okay, so we have to find a way now to rebuild. I still can't believe our opponent actually had the answer in hand. That's what I was more excited for Dustmourne than Bloomborough. And maybe a hot take, but I like Dustmourne more than a reason it is that the time they went with more of a serious darker tone. I mean, yeah, I know that's definitely your thing. Not gonna lie, that is definitely your thing, but it's just, I don't know. I'm honestly not a big horror fan myself, but I know some people liked it. I think it's just because, I don't know, I wasn't feeling too much of what the set was trying to convey, which is I know the horror element and whatnot, but I just wanted it to be, I don't know. I mean, we've done horror planes before. We've done classic horror with Innistrad and whatnot, but it's just, oh, he has to attack. Okay. Well, our opponent now is kind of like taking this over a little bit, so this is actually kind of awkward for us. Okay. So, how do we get out of this? Yeah, I misplayed there. I'm not going to say, as always, I am the best of players, but I do misplay a lot. Alright, so our opponent here exiles our Mana Dork. And now our opponent has, with one card, overturned the whole game. Alright. Well, we totally got hosed there. Literally Eternal Wanderer. Well, I guess we'll just get him next time. Okay, moving on. Gotta shake it off. Gotta shake it off. We can't stick on that forever. So we're gonna try again. And we will see how well we do. All right. All right, so with that, okay. Sorry, breathing in and out from that one. Let's see. Okay, so we got here a decent hand here. We can draw. We got some Mana Dorks here. Let's see. Snow-covered forest. Stalwart. Not going to try to say that card again. Not going to say it. Okay. And our opponent is playing Arabella here. Okay, so there's going to be some life gain and drain swings here, everybody. Can we get there around this? I guess we'll see right here. Attack here. Down to 24. Thankfully, we do have the Spelunking in hand, which is actually great for us. Arabella coming down already. Wow. Opponent here, however, does not realize that it is, of course, an artifact, so Reclamation Sage. Sorry, Arabella, you gotta go. Say bye-bye. Okay, not bad. We got that out of the way for now. Swing again, down to 23. Walker's doing Walker things. Yep, that's what they do best. Be a little busted, but it is what it is. Densplin, I'm playing Rev, the Tithe Extractor for my Brawl deck. Oh, yeah. We played her last week, so she's actually a really, really cool card, but I haven't made a deck with her that's standalone. Some point I will, though. Some point we will. Let's see. We don't have any actual... Okay. Lathril coming down now. We'll see if our opponent has anything yet. So with that, we'll swing with just the Reclamation Sage. Do they have anything, or are they just gonna... Okay. So with our heir apparent that we see on the field, our opponent's going to obviously start going off very quickly with a bunch of tokens. We have to find a way to outdo them with our tokens first. But that might be a bit of a challenge. Because our opponent here is just going to spam the board with these things. This is a gimmick deck, I'm not going to lie. But we actually don't have a Wrath in our hand just yet. If we did get our Wrath, this actually would be very painful for our opponent here. We'll see if we can get around this. Llanowar Visionary. Draw a card. Twists and turns. I guess that's not bad for the future. Sylvan Ranger. We get to dig out a land. Snow-covered forest. Twists and turns. Okay, we'll tap the Sylvan Ranger. Explore with the Lathril. Tireless Provision is not bad. No attacks yet. So... our opponent's going to start going wide here pretty quickly here, but we have to find a way. I don't know. I would love for us to find a way to just kind of drain them out before they do it to us. Unfortunately, though, our opponent also doesn't actually have to do much to get there. But we'll try. Tireless Provisioner. Treasure tokens will be nice, but we need at least a card draw engine. That's what we need. Snow-covered forest. Make a treasure token. Let's see. Spelunking. Gain some. Let's see. Well, actually, we don't gain life. Vat of Rebirth is not too bad, actually. We will tap down the Ranger. At the very least, this can help us bring back stuff we need to in a pinch. And then Drew to the Cowl. So that sacrifices the treasure, and that does allow Vat of Rebirth to do its thing. All right. How many elves that is? Okay. Nothing yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We need at least 3 more elves. We can just start draining our opponent without having to swing. Our opponent, however, will have to swing with Arabella to actually do her thing. Dense Linnet. Also, rule of thumb, when it comes to inclusion of correct account of lands, how many should you run? To be exact, how many for a Yorion deck as a companion? Okay. Are you talking about Yorion and just like, you know, you're talking about just regular Yorion? Nothing like, at least from what I would assume is in any kind of, I guess I should probably think about that for a second. Okay. Hold on one second. We got these triggers off. So you're talking about like, you make a 60 card deck, and then you're talking about how you can... Okay, we actually flip that. That's actually really good for us. And then you're talking about, of course, how to make it work, which would make the deck 80, I believe, is what I think you're referring to. And then, hold on one second here. We want to dig out something here. Okay. Oh. I think that's good. Okron Assassin. Okay. If our opponent does not have an answer for this, we should be able to get a free hit here very quickly, but not quite yet. If we can find a way to destroy the Reclamation Sage, that actually would help us out. If we had at least some kind of sacrifice Reclamation Sage, I can get rid of Arabella, and that should be able to help us get there. Yes, okay. For an 80 card deck, I actually do have a paper Yorion deck. The amount of lands I put into that one, I believe, is at 29 or 30 lands. I think 30 is mostly what you want to have. At least from what I recall. Ooh, our opponent here. Well, I think they might have gotten us. Because they made a ton of tokens now, and they're at 24. So a swing here means that... I think that's it for us. Dang. Alright. That's game. Because they're going to swing right now with Arabella, and we can't stop that with what we have. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Wow, the gimmick decks are actually beating us right now. It's okay. It's okay, though, everybody. We're going to try again. But yeah. Let's see. So, 30... Also, it depends on your curve. Are you playing a lot of low-end stuff, Dense Planet, or are you playing a little bit more on the high end? Are you talking about, like, do you have more cards that are at a level of, like, 1, 2, and 3 drops? Or are you talking about maybe, do you have more cards that are in the, I don't know, maybe the 3, 4, even 5 drops? If you have a little bit higher than, you might want to go up to about 32, 33 lands. Again, it really depends on what are you trying to build with it. If you're playing a lot of lower-end stuff, you probably can get away with 30, 31 lands. But it all depends on your engine. And also depends on, again, like, what you're, like, how you're just gonna, I'm guessing, of course, you're gonna blink stuff. So, yeah. I actually probably would have to look at your deck list. But I'm sure, I'm sure it looks pretty fine. But okay. Let me know how that goes. Okay, we're playing Yenna again. Wait, is it the same player? I don't remember. I probably should have been paying attention. Any case, let's see. So, Leaf Crown Visionary. Get some pump. Tap land. No swings, of course. But okay, so with that. Ossification. Oh, opponents. Got rid of our Mana Dork. But that's okay, because we do have other ways of getting around stuff here. So, let's see. Let's see. Spring Bloom Druid. Pay the 1. Draw a card. Nice. We will sacrifice... What do you sacrifice here? I guess a snow-covered forest. Get 2 more snow-covered forests out. We swing. Okay, so at least now we have our ramp going. One of the good things, at least, about playing elves is you have no... You will never have enough ramp in the deck. You have enough right now to get everything out you need. Ooh, Yenna's coming down now. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to do that, opponent, that's fine. So, how... Okay. Draw a card. Woodland Chasm, that's good. We'll hold on to Shaman of the pack just a little bit longer. No attacks yet. So, let's see. Woodland Chasm. We have Lathril. I think if our opponent taps out, maybe I can bring in Lathril. Okay, and then they're going to create a token of their ossification, so that's actually disgusting for us. So, our opponent now has a way of kind of getting rid of stuff. Oh, come on. Alright, our opponent here is going to be disgusting here. Danny Louie from YouTube. Love your vids for real. Thanks. Thanks again for that. By the way, welcome my fiery friend. I don't think I've seen you on here before, so thanks again for joining us on the stream today. We're trying to see if we can get around this Yenna here that's going to be very painful now to deal with. Oh, Annihilating Glare is actually not too shabby either. Okay, so we get a land. Okay, so at least we flip now this. So we do have at least an engine for us to keep drawing more cards. But we have to get rid of that Yenna now. So in order for us to do that, let's see, how do we do this here? Ward 2. Okay, I think we can do it this way. Warden of the cycle. We swing. Down to 27. Annihilating Glare. We will sacrifice... Yes. Sacrifice the Spring Bloom Druid. Pay the 2. Okay. Commander off the field. Phew. Okay. And we do actually now get some stuff here. So we'll draw another card. Okay. Evasion of Loren's not bad. That'll come good later on. Oh, Fumigate. Okay. Annoying, but it's only for 2 creatures, so that's not the worst. Lathril coming down. Snowland. Pass. Alright, so... Oh, come on, opponent. Terrible. Okay. If we can get our Reclamation Sage, I guess we can get rid of that. Maybe. But we can dig for it, too, if we have to. Ooh, Carmetra. Oh, I forgot that Pioneer Masses is now also valid here, too. Okay. In the meantime... Dig now. Okay, so what do we get? Elvish Archroot, I guess, will be fine. Swing here. Our Elk Lathril is just going to have to do its thing. We're going to hold off on Archroot for now, because I don't know if our opponent has more removal. And also, I want to see if I can pull out a cave here.
I am born of Nyx, child of the
Alright, so they're digging.
The patterned future appears.
They swing, most likely. Cryptolith, right? Ooh. Okay, that's pretty good, too. Urza's Cave. We sack that now. What do we pull out, though? I think... Let's see. Alright, so what do we grab that's even helpful for us? Not much, really, that is actually going to help us. I realize we don't have too many good utility lands on a budget. But, I guess the Volatile Fault. The Volatile Fault... Let's see. Okay. So... Spelunking. We draw a card. Snowland, that's fine. We have to keep digging to see if we can find some more stuff. Okay. Disciple of Freyalise. That could at least help us get some stuff out. So, in the meantime, Elvish Archdruid. It'll only do 1, which is really, really awkward. Oh, Source of Plowshare. Come on, opponents. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Okay. It's fine. Our opponent's going to keep digging with Calyx. Yenna's coming back again. The ramp is going to start going really hard for our opponent here, but we have to find a way around this. It's getting a little harder now, but they're almost out of cards. Priest of Titania is also not bad here, too. Okay, so here's how we do this. Disciple of Freyalise. We will sacrifice our Lathril, which at least gets the Elk off, and we draw some cards. Put it back into the command zone. Okay, so with that, Huntmaster coming in. And pass here. Okay, so we're not too bad right now. Dense Limit. I mean, you have played against my room deck. It's more of a weird mid-range control. I have. And it is actually very powerful. Okay, speaking of power, okay. Alright, opponent here is going to keep making copies of things, and this is going to get extremely annoying very quickly, but we have ways around it still, so that's indestructible. So Yenna's going bye-bye. Going to get bounced back. But Lathril coming in again. And let's see. Is there anything we can... Okay. We can't destroy those because they're basics. That's really a shame. But Sylvan Ranger. We will get out a basic land. Forest. Put that down. Priest of Titania. No attacks. Okay. So, opponent's going to keep digging for stuff. Sphere of Safety. Okay. Can attack you unless they pay X or each number of creatures. Okay. Well, that's expensive, but we have plenty of lands, so that's not the hard part for us. Let's see. Okay, this is only for creatures. That's a shame, too. I guess we'll just dig. Again, this is a pretty good match right now, but this does show us one of the annoying weaknesses to our deck, which is we don't have too many options here in terms of hard removal. And it shows right now, unfortunately. We will create a trap treasure token so we can make sure we keep digging for stuff out. I guess we'll do it now. Invasion of Lorwyn. It doesn't really do anything against anything here. But we just wanted it out so we can start putting some more stuff out there in a bit. We can, however... Ooh, wait. It costs 9 mana. Alright, we can't do that. Alright. I can't swing because our opponent has now everything locked against us. Wow, this is actually really frustrating. So... Alright, I think we're just going to cut it there. Dang. I mean, I know I tell everybody, like, don't try to quit immediately. But that was going to be game ending for us. And with that many copies of Parallel Lives, we were just going to get destroyed there. I would rather we kind of go on to something else. Can you build a deck for Demonic Pact? I mean, we can. I do have a list of decks that I've been meaning to play for the longest time. It's just been a little overwhelming to put down this many things. I mean, literally, I haven't even still scratched the surface of Foundations. There's still also cards that I've wanted to play from also Duskmourn. I just haven't had time to do it. And then right now, today, ooh boy, they've already put out now Pioneer Masters, so we have so many cards to work with right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we have plenty of stuff to work with. It's just a little overwhelming, especially when you're a content creator and you don't have that much time to put together decks as much as I would like to. But at some point, I would like to get around to cards like Demonic Pact. They are definitely going to be cards that are on my radar. I can assure you that I do have ideas. It's just... so tiring. I guess it would be easier, though, if I was actually a full-time content creator, but I don't have that just yet. I do need, of course, to build up a little bit of other things first before we can just do that all in. Until then, however, Gala Greeters. Our opponent is playing now green loot. This loot is actually I prefer this loot instead. Not, of course, from a design standpoint from the art, but also I kind of like what the card does. So he might be something I might consider in the future. All right, Tireless Provisioner. So we can start getting our lands. We'll start being able to go off here quickly here. Insidious Fungus. Okay, so they can destroy artifacts and enchantments, which is going to be annoying. Oh, they have their Tireless Provisioner. Okay. Game on, opponents. It's going to be a game of ramp here. So, let's see. How do we do this? Put down the twists and turns. We will make our Tireless Provisioner Explorer. Get that land, which is great. Get another treasure here. All right. Our engine's coming on, everybody. The Assassin coming down. We will gain 2 life. I would assume our opponent here is not going to take Tireless Provisioner. So that's a free hit for us. Down to 22, opponent. We're up to 27. Okay. So I go for 34 lands for my room deck. Well, that's right. Well, the hard part also about making your room deck with your Yorion is I forget that rooms, they calculate room converted, like the mana value is based upon both sides of it. So it gets a little awkward to calculate what you really need, but I'm sure we could find a way to make it work. Okay, so with that, let's see. Leave Crown Visionary. Make a tap treasure token. Let's see, and then we'll play Herald. Pay the other one to draw a card. Ooh, Land of War Tribe is good too. Keep going off here. Gain some life. Dig out another card. Okay, well, we have our pick of the litter right here. This is actually pretty nice. What do we want, actually? I guess the Elvish Archroot, of course, is for ramp purposes. Okay, so do we do this now? That would actually get rid of their... Okay. We attack fully. So, the cute part about this card is everyone has to block it no matter what. All creatures able to block it must do so. So, they will lose their 2 key cards here. We got to get rid of that Tireless Provisioner and everything before they start going off with the treasures. So, they have to block here. I love this. Okay, so instead, there we go, and then there we go. Awesome, awesome. Sorry, opponent, you don't get to ramp. Only I do. The Nunchoko does survive, however, but that's fine. And we can bring back our assassin later on if we need to in a pinch. Here comes loot. Not cute, though. Alright, they are going to start going off, however, with their land drops, so we have to find a way to get around this strategy before it gets out of control. Okay, opponents. Slow down there. We would like, of course, to go off ourselves. Crucible wards. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Alright. Well, this is going to be very annoying also, but it's okay. We're still going to try, everybody. We're not dead yet. We still have plenty of life. We just need to find a way to kind of just get around our opponent here by going wider. Disciple of Freyles. Okay, so how do we do this here? I think Land of War Tribe is actually the trickiest one to add in here, but we want the Archdruid for the land. Pay to draw. Okay, we got another land, which is good. We need to keep getting land drops. That's what we want. Make a Trap Treasure token again. Snow-covered forest. Make another treasure. I guess we'll put in the Bastion of Remembrance now. That does create for us a token, and that does help us with life gain and drain. We'll gain some life. Okay. No attacks yet. I bought a pack from Duskmourn, and I got my 4th Ghostly Dancers. This card is kind of solid, especially if you use the Mirror Room on it. Oh, yeah. Those 2 cards together are insanely powerful. I will agree with you with that one. We just haven't had a chance to actually try that out myself, but it is a thing. Okay, our opponent is definitely going off with these cards. If we can just get to our Wrath, actually, this would actually hose our opponent completely. I have no idea, of course, how deep it is into the deck, but we can try to find it. But until then, opponent's going to keep going off here. At least now we have the Elvish Archdruid, and unless if they have some kind of mono-green pump, we should have enough time, maybe. But they're making a lot of insects. A lot of insects. Okay. They got the Scoots more. Oh, wow. Okay, they're all going all in on the bugs. So, how do we do this? Is there a way out of this at all? I guess Lathril coming in now. Pay the 1. Get all the mana. Make a treasure token. Festering Gulch. Make another treasure. Paying our opponent for 1. I guess from here... Golgari Findbroker. Pay. Draw another card. Pay 2 life. Okran Assassin comes back. Okay, we don't have enough to do anything else with it, though, but... Nothing yet. So, the way we're going to do this here is if we can get Okran Assassin down and just kind of stall out for at least 2 turns, we should be able to get the victory there. Hopefully. So, let's see. Can we do this? It's going to be very close. But we'll see. Oh, boy. Well, opponent's just going to keep drawing their cards here. But we have a plan. Hopefully, I don't know if this is going to work, though. I want to trade. So, if you're having a hard time following along, the game plan right now is, Crown Assassin comes down. We need to survive for a turn. Lathril can then drain our opponents, and we do a massive swing. Crown Assassin is out, and we should be good from there. Maybe. But unfortunately, our opponent is also going off with this Ancient here. Oh, dear. Well, that's mono green for you. Ramping for days. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have put in the Wither Crown. Maybe that should have been the Elk card instead. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. Either way. Oh, boy. I would really love our Wrath right now. If we can get our Wrath, we actually would be fine. But our opponent here, I think, has actually overwhelmed us now. Dang. Okay. Well, I don't know. Our opponent's just going to have an insane amount of tokens, and we don't have any Wraths to stop it. Now, at least not in our hand. Dang. I swear, everybody, I'm not the worst Magic player out there. I only pretend to be. But to be fair, I think I actually would do good if I had a deck that I actually was very in tune with. And we are playing, of course, on a budget. Okay. Let's find opponents. Go ahead and go off. Dense Linnet. So basically use a 3-cost side mirror room to make a copy of Ghostly Dancers. Use that copy to unlock the final side of the room that doubles everything. I did that once in a couple matches and basically got me a ghost army. Oh yeah. It is hilarious when it goes off. It is very hilarious. Unfortunately, we couldn't make that work in our budget version, but I'm glad you actually managed to pull that off in a match. So great job on that one. I love hearing that. Meanwhile, I think Arena's kind of having a heart attack right now because they have to make all these tokens, and it's going to get really stupid right now. Oh, man. We'll just give it this one turn, everybody. If I can somehow, by some miracle, get the Wrath out of my deck, then we have a shot. But I don't think that's going to happen. The odds of us getting our one and only Wrath in the whole deck when we have 80 cards still is very, very low. So, the only way we out of this is we would have to drain our... Because we need at least, what, 10 elves? Okay. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, we definitely do not have enough elves. We do not have enough elves. Okay, so, Wirewood's... Oh, hold on one second here. Wait. Maybe we can pull this off here? Hold on one second. Hold on, everybody. This card here can change everything. So, let's see if we can do this here. Make a treasure token. I don't know if we can pull this off, but we're going to try, everybody. So, here's how we do this here. Tap with all the mana. Okay, we have to make sure we can do this correctly here. So, bounce back. How do we do this here? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Target. Bounce back. Resolve. Okay. I don't know if Arena's going to let me do this here. We're going to try. Don't make me run out of time, Arena. Let me do my combo. Flip. Take a ton of mana here. Let's see. We will... Assassin. Draw a card. Pay the 1. Glittermonger. That's not bad either, but I mean, like, we need cheaper stuff. Gain some life. We will... Let's see. Okay. Land of War Tribe. Pay. Come on, deck. Draw a card. Okay. Abomination. Okay. Put a counter. We will... Abomination of Land War. 2. Alright. Draw. Come on, deck. Give me the Wrath. Somewhere in this deck there has to be a Wrath. Stalwart. Haunted Mire. Let's see. What's the cheapest option here? Oh, boy. Okay. Glittermonger. Pay. Draw another card. That's a land. Okay, so with that, how many elves do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. I think we did it. Okay, so... just swing with everything. Our opponent has to block. No matter what they do, they have to block. Because with Lathril here, it don't matter. Okay. They block, block, block. Block, block, block. Okay. Did we get there? Let's see. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, it won't let me do its thing. Oh, I have to tap the elves. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh my goodness, I'm so dumb. Wow. I forgot to tap the... Okay. Okay, well... I don't actually... Yeah. I have to tap the... I thought we had to just... Okay, wow. Okay. No, we're dead. I can't believe I didn't read that correctly. I forgot. I have to tap that and the elves. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. We're going to pretend we didn't do that, everybody. I can't believe I did that to myself. Okay. Well, maybe I am the worst player out there, everybody. Wow. Actually, okay. I don't know if I actually could have won that one because he could have chump blocked no matter what. So... we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. It's okay, everybody. It's okay. It's okay. But of course, the lesson we have to learn today is always read your cards before you do anything. That's the lesson, everybody. Don't be me. Any case, I think we're at the halfway point of the stream now. So for those of you that are unaware, as always, if you do like any of the content we do, we focus, of course, on playing primarily budget decks. Even if they're not always the best, they are a great way to start your journey if you do want to build something, at least on the cheaper side, before you jump all in on the more expensive stuff. So if you are a fan of that, be sure to give a like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, and so much more. I usually will stream about 1 or 2 times a week. I try to see if I can... I don't know if I can do more streams, but ideally right now, 1 to 2 streams a week. We will do usually a weekly deck tech, a long one or a short one, and we'll throw in some shorts throughout the week to entertain all of you. So thanks again for everybody that does follow, for wherever you do, whether you're watching, of course, on Twitch, YouTube, those of you on Instagram, shout out to all of you on Instagram that are also watching too. Appreciate that. Wherever you're at, thank you for being here. I always appreciate all y'all. Even if, of course, I am not the smartest Magic player. But I swear, I do actually play better with decks that I'm actually more used to playing. So, don't hate on me. Okay, in the meantime, Bastion of Remembrance. Make a token. Vat of Rebirth. Okay, so moving on here. FYI for anybody that's still watching, we are still, of course, at about the halfway point of the stream. I only stream about a couple hours, granted, at any given time. I will hopefully try to stream longer in the future, but this is the best I could do for now. For those that were wondering, I did actually mention earlier that I had a technical issue with the deck tech, i.e. my files decided to get corrupted and poop down on me. So don't worry, I'm going to redo the deck tech that I was supposed to have out today, and we'll definitely have it ready by the end of the week. So don't worry, it is coming back. We're not going to abandon that deck tech. But to make up for that, we'll definitely, of course, not only stream today, we'll also have a stream tomorrow, and I'll try to see if I can focus on something that is built around the Pioneer cards that finally have entered into the format. So let's see. until then, put in another druid. Opponent, do you have an answer? They're playing Vren. We did play Vren about a couple months ago when Bloomburrow was brand new. If you haven't seen that one, I do have that live stream, of course, up. And for those that are unaware, I do have, of course, have all of our live streams available for you. If you want to see the replays, they're all up on YouTube currently. All right. Is it time for the Ashiok deck? I'm not going to lie. I've been trying to build it in a way that at least makes it fun and unique, Densplinit. But it's been a little tricky because I don't want to do something that's cliched. But I'm trying. We'll see if we can. I have an idea, but I need some time to build it. So we'll see what we can do with that. Let's see. Until then... I think... Turn that off. Drew the Cowl. No attacks. But yes, don't worry. Ashiok is being played with right now. I'm trying to find a way to make it work. But it's also not that easy. Only just because Ashiok doesn't have a decent curve for me to work with without defaulting to a control deck. But we'll find a way. We will find a way. Do not worry. In the meantime, 6 cards opponent. 5 cards. Got Skemfar Shadow Mage to drain. Our opponent's playing a lot of unblockable stuff. Go for the throats. Alright, so we lose some of our mana dorks. We really could use a couple more lands. That actually would be nice for us. Does it have... Let's see. Okay. Down to 21. They make a rat. Snow-covered forest. Abomination Llanowar would be not too shabby here. We gotta wait it out for a smidge. Okay. We could probably sacrifice that human in a little bit. That human. 3 cards in hand, opponent. What else you got? Skemfar Shadow Mage also could be nice, just to drain out our opponent a little bit. But otherwise, what do you got, opponents? And then while our opponent also playing here, question I also want to ask some of y'all out there. What are you building? Everyone that's watching right now, tell me what in the comments, wherever you're watching from. What is your current deck you are building or playing with right now? Is there something that you like playing right now? Is there something you want to brew? Let me know. I'd like to hear about what everyone else is kind of coming up with out there. Glittermonger. Okay, and then we can't really swing yet. No rats yet. What form? Oh, Kebby G, welcome. I mean, any format. Are you interested? Are you building right now like a paper commander deck? Are you interested in seeing what Pioneer Masters has brought to Arena with an Explorer / new Pioneer deck out there? Are you looking to build something that's for ranked purposes? Is there a spicy brew that you would like to share? I'm just curious about anything any of you are building out there. Doesn't matter if it's like budget or something you're building. Maybe it's a passion build that you wanted. I took a picture of and I put it on X yesterday. I had some free time and I finally was able to update one of my old decks for Modern. Although Modern, not as good as it used to be. But I did put together a nice budget artifact deck that's super aggro. I just wish we had the pieces in Arena because I would love to put it together in Arena. I might try to cheese my way through that though. All right. The meantime, can't be blocked, so that's all we can do. Train our opponent for 1. But yeah, let me know. I'm sure all of you, have something that you're all playing or working on. I know you already mentioned Densplinit. You're big right now on rooms. Is there anything else you're also working on? Because I also do like to hear what some of you guys have. Sometimes can be something that might be something spicy that I may not know that actually might be something really cool and fun to play. Bolliged recovery. Okay. Well, that's not bad either. So... let's bring back our Paradise Druid. Bring it back. No attacks yet. Okay, so with that, Glittermonger will help us create treasure tokens so we can start ramping with it. Abomination of Llanowar is also not too shabby either. Grim Hireling. Opponent's going all in on making things either unblockable or very powerful with... okay, so they got some more rats too. It's not a full rat deck. But But they definitely have quite a few creatures here that could be a problem for us. All right, so, is there anything? We can't really block anything here. That's so awkward here. We got to keep everything alive a little bit longer. Oh, wait, actually, wait. Oh, I did not count correctly there. I thought we only had 1 life left on that turn. Oh, well. Oh, well. I guess we weren't going to win that one anyway. Okay, so record today is looking absolutely terrible. Maybe I should just bill myself as the worst Magic player out there. Maybe that'll get people to watch me. But otherwise, I honestly don't really care too much. I'm still having fun. I'm just trying to think, like, you know, even if we went non-budget, would that make this deck a lot better? Kebby, I've been working on a bunch of series for ACG that I will take the arena starting decks and migrate them to fully optimal Explorer best of 3s. That's cool. I like hearing that. I do like that. I'll check out. I know I've been trying to watch a couple of your videos just to at least see like what you got going on there. Some of them are actually pretty fun. Dense Planet. Some Chandra decks, I suppose. I want to go Boros or Jeskai. So are you looking at like a Chandra deck that splashes for the other colors? Or are you looking at making it a Planeswalker deck? Let's see. In the meantime, all right, so got the Allosaurus Shepherd for the early game, so that's not too shabby. We can ramp with Glittermonger. So let's put the Snow-Covered Forest. Allosaurus Shepherd down. Ammon Packhull, Thousand Moons. So this is similar to Adeline. It's just going to start making a lot of stuff going wide and big. Kitty Cat here goes meow meow. Llanowar Visionary is also pretty sweet too. Let's see. Doesn't really help us now, but I guess we'll Bojuka Bog now. No attacks. Llanowar can come down. It'll help us draw a card. We'll have to save now the Fel the Profane for this because it's going to start getting out of control. Oh boy. Oh, here comes the tokens. Tyvar. Okay. Urza's Cave. Glissa actually will come in. No attacks. The good news, at least with Glissa, is with Death Touch and First Strike, it's going to be very hard for our opponent to deal with that. Assuming, of course, they don't have the removal. They don't have the removal in hand, right? Out of those 6 cards, there's no way they have removal in their hand. Johnny. Okay. 3-drop Johnny. Does he tick down or up? Ticks up. Okay, so with that, we will play... Oh, I'm sorry, we'll block. Kitty Cat gone. Down to 20. Llanowar Elves. Alright, so let's see. Well, okay. Not ideal. Draw a card. Balaged Recovery. Play that tapped. No attacks. Okay. Glissa literally is going to be our only line of defense for the time being. Because as our opponent keeps going wide with these tokens, they have to... Okay. Ammon Packhull can only trigger if it's a non-gnome. Oh, wow. Other Johnny. Alright. Are they going to gain life? They make a cat. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Kebby, I have 2 channels. One is my personal channel, and the ACG channel is for the tournaments. Special series and others who advertise them. Oh. Well, that's cool. I actually didn't know you had 2. That's actually kind of neat. Let's see. How do we do this here? I guess we'll play Glittermonger. Llanowar Elves. No attacks yet. And pass. I don't know how you do it, but mad respect for that one, for at least managing 2 channels at once. I am not that smart. I just throw everything on one channel just because I think it's just simpler that way for me. Oh. Inspiring Commander. I still can't believe this is actually not a real card. This is actually only a digital-only card, but man, this card gets insanely strong and powerful if we don't find a way to deal with it. So, I think we could just get rid of Amel here. Okay. That's a lot of tokens. Oh boy. Alright. Well, once again, we're looking very foolish here because we just don't have a way of getting around stuff here. Wow. Would be nice if Arena stopped making us look terrible, by the way. I mean, sometimes I feel like it is a bit of a conspiracy. Alright, so we'll block the token there. Block another token here. I guess we go from there. So the token dies. Down to 16. Okay. That's a lot of gnomes, but its ability does not trigger off. Okay, that's Secret Cat. So, we might have to take a turn off just to do what I want to do here, but we'll see. Okay, so how much? Okay, so we have 1. That makes 2. That makes 3. Okay. We don't have a bunch of 3 drops and 4 drops. That's so awkward for us. Okay. I think... Okay. Elvish Archroot here. Tap. Okay, so we managed to at least get the mana we need. Okay, so with that, let's see, how do we do this here? Twin Blade Assassin. No attacks. Pass. Okay, so we have a little bit more of a defense here, but we are running out of time. Dense Planet. Some cards from PIO, Pioneer Masters, now have more cards, including Oaths and Call of the Gatewatch is uncommon now. Oh, I didn't realize that. It's uncommon. That actually might make a difference for budget reasons. That's actually pretty nice to hear. Kebby. Yeah, I'm making ACG more into a business. Since I have a kid and possibly more, I need to create something that can allow me to sometimes be hands-off. Okay. Don't mind me asking, like, how old's the kid? Okay. Opponent is going to start getting a lot of stuff going here with their Bat Cleric. Disgusting, by the way, but okay. We'll find a way around it. We will find a way, everybody. Yeah. Respect for you for pulling that off. I'm sure it's a lot of work to do, though. Our opponent is going off with the Guide of Souls here. Okay, so. Is there a way out of this? Or are we dead? Yeah. Alright, okay. Yep.
Your soul.
Alright, I'll let our opponent swing here. They got all their stuff out. Yeah. Death is now imminent. Yep. We're dead. I'm just going to let my opponent do the thing here. Or maybe I guess I could just... Yeah, okay, this is taking way too long. Yep. Died. Alright, that's fine. Okay. We find... I already know kind of like where this deck stands in terms of good or bad. But we'll talk about that, of course, a little bit later on. But obviously I can kind of see right now. I like what the deck does, but on a budget, we do have some limitations that actually are kind of hurting us. But there's a card that I wanted to put in here, even though it is considered a budget deck. But the problem is, the card had a really bad nerf to it. And I will talk about that a little bit later on. We'll hold off on that for a little bit later, Dense Planet. Maybe more towards the end. Let me try to see how many more matches I can squeeze in here. I still feel like the deck can still get at least 1 or 2 wins today. I would like to hope that we can. So, don't worry. Hold off. We will get there. Otherwise, opponent is still thinking about stuff here. There we go. All right, so we got everything we need. What are they playing? Maha. Okay. Everything's going to be really weak, so they probably have a really good Wrath against us here. That might be a problem, but we'll try. We will try to get around their little wrathing shenanigans. Snow-covered swamp. Into the north. Oh, almost 9 months. That's cute. Get a forest, by the way. Oh, maybe I should have gotten the dual land. Oops. Once again, I make another mistake. Wow. I'm punting a lot today, but I'm still going to find a way around this. So, let's see. Swamp there. Let's see. We will tick down. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. At the very least now, Tyvar is online, so that should hopefully speed up things with our creatures. We shall see, though. Maha could be coming down any moment now. One ring. Opponents. Shame on you playing the One Ring. I mean, it is legal here, but it's such a disgusting card, even in this format. Infernal Grasp might be good for later on. take up. No real reason. Just because we can. Okay, so our opponent will start doing their things at some point with the One Ring. Okay, so cut down, protect it. Do you have another answer, opponents? Please don't. I would like to actually get something across here. Okay, they are. Ooh, they're drawing a card. Okay, so we did get to protect it. Phew. Okay, well, I guess that's fine then. Okay. Veil the Profane will be nice for the future. In the meantime, we will, let's see. Put in our other Tyvar. Swing. Death Touch. Not that it really does anything, but that's fine. Untap. And pass. Okay, so we have at least now a board, but I'm still worried that our opponent here might actually have something in hand there that's going to destroy us. You always get that feeling that something bad is going to happen. Please let us have our board, opponents. I would like to at least get at least one legitimate win today. Oh. Okay, well, that's just not going to happen. Dang. Come on. All right. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. So, here's how we do this. Lathril. Back again. Tick down. Mill, mill, mill. Bring back our druid. Pass. Okay. Well, Tyvar can still at least keep our Matadorks alive, so to speak. It's just going to take us a little time. Turgid. Ooh. That's actually oppressive. Turgid's going to get really disgusting for us in a bit. Ooh, going against Alchemy Dunsplintets? I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can get the win. So, good luck to you on that one. Opponent here. What you got? Well, of course it's mono black. So, Spring Bloom Druid. We will tap, tick up, untap. Let's see, and then Fell the Profane. Destroy this. Can't have that survive. No, we cannot. Spring Bloom Druid. We will sacrifice one forest, so we can get out 2 forests. No attacks. Okay. Lathril can still do its thing. It's just going to take a little time because it's just so annoying to deal with all this removal. With Maha, at some point, I'm expecting it to do its thing. At some point. But also, our opponent is going to have the One Ring drain them out if they're not careful. Okay. Opponent is getting a little greedy, though. Will that be the end of them, though? Okay. Blood Chief's Thirst. Aw. Opponents. Not very fun with us, but okay. Obviously, they have all the removal in the world because they're mono black. Divest. Okay, wait. The one time that that actually worked out. Sorry, opponent. We have our removal too, so don't go thinking you're going to be sneaky snacky against us. Infernal Grasp is going to go bye-bye. Stalwart. So, Lathril coming down. Swing again. Down to 17. Opponent is getting drained now for 3 each turn. They have to move quickly here. The only way they can get out of this is they need to have an what is it called? Annihilating Glare. That's right. I can say words, everybody. I can say words. Okay. More removal. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. But we are slowly draining them out here. Okay, so opponents still have... Oh, come on. Wow. They had nothing but all that removal in hand. Dark Moss Bridge. All right. Stalwart. Okay, so how do we do this here? Maha's a 6/5. We got to 11, though, and they only have 2 cards in hand. You're going to have to put down something at some point, opponents. They're going to take up. We're still have 27 left. Oh, wow. I'm getting very greedy here. again, they need an Annihilating Glare or some way to sacrifice the One Ring in order to avoid death. That's really what they need. But they're getting very close here and very greedy. Is this going to be a way for us to somehow cheese out a win? Maybe. We shall see. Insatiable average. Okay. I think they'll be able to find now what they need. Because this way this actually allows them to dig out the card they need. And unfortunately, we do not have a way to speed up the process here to beat them. Unfortunately. Alright. They dig for cards. They have 2 turns at best. All creatures get -1/-1. Alright. Alright, so... is there a way out of this? This dies instantly. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, Avarice is great. It's not a bad card. Okay, so what do we get rid of here? Right to Soul's Betrayal. Okay, so we'll destroy that. So Reclamation Sage at least kept that off. So we're not dead. Our opponent has 1 turn right here. Did their greed outdo them? We don't have anything on the field. They have to find a way to sacrifice that. Otherwise, we somehow will win in the weirdest way possible, I guess. Okay, wow. You're going all in. I guess you might as well if you're about to die. Okay, opponent, did you have any way to get rid of the One Ring? At all? Or did your greed get to you? Everyone is waiting. Is this ride or die time for us or our opponent there? Massacre Girl. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything they could do with that? Maha. All right. Okay. Anything at all? Do they Annihilating Glare their own creature? That's the only thing I could think of. Oh, wow. They tapped out. Oh, my goodness. We had some way, somehow... oh my goodness, wow, woo! I'll take that win. Even though it's not really a win that we wanted, but I mean, there's a lesson to learn here, everybody. A lesson right here. Our opponent had a very easy way to beat us down. We kept getting our stuff blown up, and our opponent let their greed get to them. With the One Ring out, they didn't have to keep drawing cards. All they had to do was just play Maha and start swinging. That could have been all they needed to do to beat us. But our opponent here got greedy. Shame on you, opponent. Shame on you. That's why you lost. Sometimes you don't want to be greedy in the game. But again, I'll take a win, I guess. Even if it's not the most glamorous way to win, but okay. So, yeah. Yay. Awkward, but okay. Okay, so looking at the clock right now, we have a little bit more time. So here's what we'll do. I'll keep playing for a little bit longer, everybody, but I realize I also have to take care of some things. As always, I do like to remind everyone, as much as I would like to play with more games, of course, have a big boy job. However, if you want to help me avoid that big boy job, all you want to do is you can subscribe to the Patreon, show some love, show off some tips if you want to. I will now, of course, never expect anybody to pay for my content, but if you do, and if you really want to be a true fiery friend, if you want to help out, I will have, of course, those links that are going to be, of course, in the details of these videos, so be sure to check them out if you do want to. The Patreon has pretty much all the videos that I put up on YouTube, and, of course, I will throw up some extra stuff every so often when I can. Mostly it's going to be a lot of bonus content. Some of it will have commentary, some of it doesn't. It's mostly a lot of experimental stuff, so that's going to be on there if you do want to. Oh, we also got a follow. Thank you, Cookie B3. Thanks again for joining us, my fiery friend. Welcome. Hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day where you're at. And let's see, going back to this, I forgot. I should be playing the game. We'll keep this. We have our stuff. So we have our Mana Dork. We have Paradise Druid. We have a way to ramp. Nowhere to run for removal. Tyvar. Okay. This should be good. This should be good. Okay, opponent's playing Terramorphic Expanse. They're playing Ishkanath. Oh, they're playing Alchemy. Opponent. Alchemy cards. All right. I'll let it slide for now. Again, I'm not a big fan of alchemy cards, but if our opponent wants to play it, I guess we'll see how well it does. Again, try not to... if anybody see me play
long enough, you'll know that I'm not too fond of alchemy cards for a variety of reasons. Mostly just because you get free value so much because you don't really get to do much of anything. But at least that's how I see it. Into the north. Instead of ranting, though, let's just go ahead and see if we can outdo our opponent here. We'll get a Woodland Chasm. Dual land. We'll just need to outdo them. I do like that it's a cool card, but I just don't like that, again, can just keep drafting other cards, and they're very random. So it's kind of hard to be skillful at an alchemy card when most of the cards do random things. It just feels like, I don't know, little Hearthstone-y, if you will. Oh, Dead Splendid, you actually won? Nice. Glad to hear that. Kebby, I'm excited about Bogles being legal now. Oh, that's right. That's right. Maybe we should try to build... Maybe we could try to find our own way to build a Bogles deck for Arena now. Now we can actually play the real deal. I should probably look at that once maybe I have some time. Maybe that might be tomorrow's deck. Maybe. Let's see. I'll see if I could try to put that all together later on. Okay, so in the meantime, let's play Tyvar now. We will make a token. If our opponent has a removal, that's fine. We still have time to put Tyvar and make it do its thing. Alright, so opponent, Tireless Tracker, coming on in. Landfall. They're going to start pinging us, which is going to be very annoying, but we will have a way to get around that. So, opponent will do its surveilling. Thinking. Will they swing? They probably won't, because they have to have those lizards alive. In the meantime, let's keep making tokens. So we can kind of make mana dorks now, which is kind of cool. Paradise Druid. We will play Nowhere to Run now. I want to get rid of those Vine Lashers, so one Vine Lasher down. No attacks. Okay. Cookie B3, hey, hope you have a good day too. Just joined the stream. Looks fun watching you play. Oh, well thanks. Appreciate that. Please excuse the fact that I'm also not the most bestest of Magic players out there, but I do appreciate, of course, your support. I'll try not to be as bad, and I also try, maybe that'll be my resolution for 2025. Play Magic better. Maybe that's what I should focus on, because sometimes these streams make me look terrible, and then I try to also awkwardly try to make my videos look good. But I try to be honest. So either way, thank you. Don't mind me ranting. All right, keep making the elf tokens, because I want to make as many mana dorks as we can. Elvish Warmaster. And then we'll play bigger Tyvar. Make another token. Okay, we're going off. Nice. Okay, so our opponent here is going to try to start bringing lands back, because they want to start doing cheesy things with their Vine Lasher, but we did get the main one out of the way. Our opponent will start making a bunch of clue tokens, so they can start drawing cards very quickly here. It's actually an interesting deck. I actually was expecting more spiders, but I guess this is an interesting way to do it. I also forgot that over a year and some ago, we did make a spider deck ourselves. I kind of want to see if I might want to reevaluate spiders in the future, but there are... Oh, Hooded Blightfang. Oh, that's a nasty card. Okay, well... Bolliged Recovery is also not bad either. So, let us... Do we do this now? We could, I think. Make another token. Make another elf. Lathril coming in. Bolliged Recovery. Break back the Vitalizing card here. Alright, we're going off. We're doing it. Yeah. Okay, so with that, let's see, can we do this here now? I guess we do it now. Okron Assassin. Alright. Yeah. See, the deck actually does things, everybody. It's not that bad. Okay, whenever one or more elves do control attack, they gain Death Touch until end of turn. Okay. Do we swing now? No. It's tempting to swing, but I want to make sure also Lathril survives. If Lathril or Okron Assassin need to survive, I at least have a Revitalizing Repass here. Yes, our opponent does see that coming a mile away, but they need to find an answer now. So if our opponent does not have an answer now, I think we can finally win a legitimate game today. But we'll see. Do you like Soulflare? You know what, Kebby G, I haven't actually played Soulflare enough. I have to look into the card. I have to look into it. It's been a while since I've actually seen what is working in Pioneer. So I will have to look back at some point. Boros Reckoner is another sweet card. Oh, yes. Boros Reckoner is also on my list. That is definitely something I'm so excited for. Cookie B3, don't be harsh on you. Having fun is what matters. Oh. I mean, yeah, you're right. I still have fun no matter what. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I am a little harsh on myself because I guess I just try to push myself so hard to try to do at least cool things. Sometimes, again, I try not to compare myself to other streamers and content creators, but sometimes I look at them and go, oh, wow, they look so amazing. And here I am looking like absolutely sad in comparison. But again, I will try to make sure to maintain that positivity because at the end of the day, the most important thing, of course, that I tell everybody is as long as you're having fun, no matter what you're playing, that's what matters. I mean, that's the whole reason why I do these streams. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing them. And I didn't. And if I do, of course, am not fond of, I don't know, say like content, I probably wouldn't be doing it. So I actually have a big passion for this. Okay. Enough with this. We gotta see. Can we beat our opponent here? Did we get the win? Did we get the win? Make an elf token. Make another War Master. Okay, so we either, okay, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay. All elves, pump up. There we go. Big pump for everybody. Big pump. Okay. Okay, so at this point, wait, do we just swing here? I guess we'll do the big swing. We'll just do the big swing. Actually, no, hold on. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Actually, hold on. Wait, did I mess this up? No taxi yet. Actually, hold on. I realize now I probably should have just done something else instead. Okay. No, it's fine. We can still do this. I'm miscounting again. I keep forgetting that... Okay, so in order for Lathril's ability to work, you actually have to untap the creatures. Okay, no, it's fine. We're not going to make the same mistake, everybody. I know we can win right here. We can definitely win. Okay, 14. Opponent will draw a card. So let's see. Okay. I say true unique Planeswalker is... Okay, so Dense Planet. Ashiok Wizard Manipulator. A unique take on the self-exile archetype. Yeah? Maybe that might be it. Don't worry. I'm still going to try to find Ashiok... Try to find a way to make Ashiok work in a unique way. I do want to try. Even if it means making a really awkward deck. But we'll try. KBG, Dreadboard getting shifted to common on Arena is crazy. Wow. Wow, that actually is a common now? I mean, that's great for us for budget content, but wow. We've come a long way, I realize, with cards. I mean, there's definitely cards that I'm really happy that have been shifted. The reveal lands from Shadows over Innistrad, honestly, should just be uncommon, period. I mean, there are many dual lands, in my opinion, that already should be common or uncommon instead of rares. Like the Scry lands, those should be by now common. They have completely been outclassed by so many other rare duels out there. And they're not even like... And they come into play tapped no matter what. So that's something in my opinion, I think Wizards should be doing a bit more of. Okay, so with that... Wait, can we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, no, never mind. I'm miscounting here. Okay, so Lana War Tribe. We will make another token. Okay, and then...
There's enough glory for all of us.
Wait, hold on. We have to wait a... Wait, do I have to... Oh, no, hold on. Swing. Okay, everything gains Death Touch. But they all have to block the assassin no matter what. Okay. Yeah. Math is hard. Not the best at math, but we are somehow going to make this work. Okay, so, let's see. Yeah, the temple should be uncommon. At minimum, the temple should be uncommon. I would even argue they actually probably could even be uncommon at this point. The only reason I would think they're uncommon, to keep it fair, is while we do have tap lands that can ping, like the Festering Gulch here, this is a dual... Oh, Yay! Finally, we got our win today. Oh my goodness, it took me an hour and a half basically to get a win today. Okay, let me put it this way: a legit win. Every one of our wins today, either our opponent scooped or they were just put in an awkward situation. But yay! Okay, did we have fun? Of course we did. Yeah. See everybody? See, the deck does do things. It does cool things. It can do cool things. Just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. Okay, Brood Spinner. That's cute. Okay. All right, so depending on how the next part of this goes, it's either going to be 1 or 2 more matches today. And then I will have to get ready for my big boy job. Obviously, I do apologize because I would love to, of course, stream more, as I always say. But don't worry. Because of how my schedule looks this week, I will, of course, have another stream tomorrow. So we will have 2 streams back to back. And I think tomorrow we'll try to at least have something ready to go that at least adheres to Pioneer Masters. So we'll throw something together with Pioneer Masters in mind, and we'll have some fun with that. Whether it's a budget or not, I have not sure yet. I know some of you like to see my budget stuff live, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm actually looking forward to that tomorrow. That'll be fun. Okay, so we have a Mana Dork, and we have ways to draw into what we need. So we have plenty of options here. We just need to hopefully get to them. Yeah. Okay, Cookie B3. What time will I stream? Good question. I think because I have some stuff I'm going to have to do at some point in... I should be... Let's see. Right now, okay. How do I put this? I have obligations work-wise with my schedule, but I think the best way I'm going to do this, I'm going to try to find someone tonight when I go to my big boy job and see if I can find someone that can help me trade a shift that I have. So this means that I can do an early morning shift tomorrow. I'll come back in the early or middle of the afternoon tomorrow. So we're looking at maybe, if I was to guess, around 2 or 3 in the afternoon is what I'm looking at. If I can get the shift that I can trade for tonight. And then from there, we'll do probably a couple hours tomorrow for the midweek Magic event, because that also is an Explorer. And that'll give us also some time to actually play a little bit with a new deck for the event, and also maybe some best of 3 tomorrow. So that's what we're shooting for. But don't worry, I will put out an announcement across my socials. That'll go up, of course, on X. There'll be a post, of course, on YouTube. And, of course, we'll have a post available on Discord. Don't forget, everybody, for those of you that are new to this or you're watching the replay, we will, of course, have everything posted there. So be sure to join the Discord so you can see and be part of our growing group of fiery friends. It's a very chill area. Not super crazy like some of those Discords that go super fast. We're very low-key, very relaxed. Be sure to share your deck list there. I always appreciate whenever people show off their cool stuff. Always am happy to see that. Okay. Otherwise, let's see. So Volatile Faults. Okay, so nothing else we can really do right now. Alright, so... 5 mana open. I think Herald comes in. And then we will bring in... What do we want? I guess the Tyvar is probably going to be the best option. Let's see, whenever a token... Okay. Pass. Okay, so yeah, I'm shooting for... most likely it's probably going to be like 3 in the afternoon, is what I'm guessing. Oh, Delaney. Okay, so Delaney's coming down now. While those are on the stack, we can't afford to have her survive. So she's got to go back. I'm sorry, opponent, but we have to get rid of that because your card is a little too threatening with all these little rabbits, bunnies, if you will, are going to start doing their thing. They are getting a lot of life, though, which is going to be a little annoying, but we can get around that. Okay, Revitalizing Repost is not bad for the future. So, how do we do this here? I think play, hit ourselves, Lathril, and has Menace. Do we swing now? Oh, opponent's probably not going to want to block. We'll swing. Okay, free damage, down to 26. We have to keep them in check, just a little bit. Heir Apparent coming down. Here comes an army of bunnies. I will try to put together maybe another... There's another set of videos that I already have on my list of It's not going to be a major deck tech, but it's mostly going to be like a comparison. Like which of these cards that allows you to have any number of them, which is the best ones for Arena and what you can build with them. So that'll be something that maybe I want to try to see if I can put together in the future. Okay, in the meantime, Tyvar coming down. Let's take down real quick to see if we can get something. Anything. Dang, nothing. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine, everybody. Bigger Tyvar, legendary version. No attacks yet. Okay, so they're probably going to start swinging now, because Delaney now is here, and things cannot be blocked. We'll try. They'll probably swing with just their tokens. That's probably the safest option. Oh, they didn't swing. Okay, well, I guess that helps us out. All right. Untap. Let's see, and then Twin Blade Assassins. Let's see. Can't really do anything else, really. No attacks yet. Okay. So we have a lot of big elves, but our opponent will be able to start squeaking on through very quickly here because the bunnies keep coming. I do like the card, though. Not gonna lie. I do like what the rabbit, what Heir Apparent can do. But man, trying to get these copies like this, Slime Against Humanity, they're also expensive, even though they're commons. Just because when people want to put these together for their gimmick decks, they're like always ending up like $4 or $5 for a copy. Kind of a shame though, because I would like to have something gimmicky like this, but I ain't gonna spend $5 per common just to get all of these. Our opponent now has all of the life in the world. Man, if we can get to our Wrath, we have a way out of this, but we haven't been lucky today in finding our Wraths. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, it's fine. The Ashiok I like for you to build around is a Nightmare Weaver and maybe a Nightmare Muse. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Okay. So, let's see. We can only block with one. So we lose Tyvar. They lose one Bunny. Vat of Rebirth. That'll be helpful for later. Let's see. Skemfar Shadow Mage. At this point, we might as well just beef up our life. 25. Okay, nothing really. I don't think we can win this one, unfortunately, because our opponent now has more than enough rabbits to swing, and they can go all underneath our bigger elves. Yeah, that stinks. Well, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Once I played a deadly cover-up against this deck, instant scoop my opponent. Oh, that sounds super hilarious. But unfortunately, we just can't get to our Wrath today. Like, we played, I think this is our second Heir Apparent deck we fought against, and we just couldn't get through. Like, we can only block with just... Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I got wasted there pretty quick. Ouch. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I'm looking at the clock right now, and I think this will be our last one. Win or lose, we will see if we can try to get one more shot right here with our Dark Elves today. Either way, even though we haven't done too well today, it is a budget deck in Arena, so just keep that in mind. But I will definitely, of course, talk about stuff afterwards. We'll do a quick little wrap-up, like we always do. I'll talk about, again, what ways you can upgrade this for Arena. It is honestly a little expensive in paper, but if you are willing to invest, Lathril is extremely powerful if you know how to put it all together. Also, afterwards, we'll, of course, go over tomorrow, and, of course, what are the future contents of the rest of our videos for the week on YouTube. Until then, opponents, you there? Opponents? Hello? Is Arena acting up again? Hello? Arena? Don't leave me hanging too long here. Well, I'll just let this kind of do its thing here. Okay, if this ends up becoming like a non-game, I'll just probably quit and we'll try one more time. Come on. Anything? Anything at all? Can I at least just concede out of it? Okay. You know what? I'll be nice. Opponent, you can get a free win out of that one. I just want to at least get one more game in. Just one more game, and then we will be done. So, didn't want to hang there too long. All right. Let's try one more time. Come on. Give me a good one. Give me a good match. Give me a good opponent, Arena. I believe in you. Dance Planet. How about a duel against me? Hold on for that one. How about this, Dead Planet? As much as I always appreciate that you are eager to play, let's save that for tomorrow. How about that? We'll have plenty of time tomorrow when I jump on, and I'll have a match against you. Okay? I think that will work. Okay, so with this one, we can make tokens. That's actually not bad, but it's going to be a little slow. Yo, I would love to play with you too. Okay. Maybe we can probably arrange a little bit of that tomorrow. So we'll have some time tomorrow. See our opponent. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, well, this will be an interesting final game. It's a mirror match. Who has the better Lathril deck? Is it going to be our deck or is it going to be our opponent's? Well, I guess we'll find out. Game on, opponent. Game on. Whoever can out-ramp faster with elves is going to win this one quick. But we'll see. Land War Loam Speaker. Wither Crown. Okay, so pay the 3 life. We'll play Glissa now. Impervious Perfect will also make things better here. Okay. Come on, opponent. What do you got? Power War kill. Aw. That's Tootables, but that's okay. Bad Rebirth will start doing its thing. Druid of the Cowl. Okay, so they're getting their mana dorks faster than we are, but that's okay. Impervious Perfect. Come on, one more land deck, and we can start making a bunch of elf tokens. That'll be great. Just one more land. They bring down their Lathril. Okay. Okay. Fair enough, opponent. Dig up. Say, show me what you're digging up, opponents. Okay, Swamp. They put the Swamp down. Elvish Mystic, that's fine too. We will, I guess we'll do the Wither Crown now. Wait, do we want that now? Or maybe I can just put down another Elf Warrior. Okay, so we got some tokens out. We really could use, however, another land. But as long as Elvish Mystic survives, we can start pulling up a big army of them with Tyvar. Oh, okay, so they got 5-drop Glissa. Okay. Incubate twice. But they're not elves, so I'm not concerned yet. Okay, so we did get our extra forest there, which is nice. Tyvar here. Turns all of our elves into mana dorks, which is great. Alright, and then
I saved the monster for you.
make another token. No attacks. Okay, so the good news is now we have plenty of mana, so that's not the problem. Or at least, hopefully. We'll see. If our opponent has 4 cards in hand. Abrupt Decay. Annoying, but that's fine. Because we do actually have ways of bringing stuff back. Chromatic Lantern. Okay, so they fix their mana. Is opponent going to swing? Maybe they'll just make some more tokens for now. Okay, they are. Will you swing, opponents? Glissa swings. Lathril swings. Okay. Alright, so with that, this feels bad, but we have to block Lathril in whole. That's our only way out of this. So Lathril dies. We will get some tokens, I believe. Hold on. There we go. So with that, we can at least bring back one of our other creatures if we need to. And that'll probably be the Glissa itself. Okay, so make another token. We will
There's enough glory for all of us.
pay to bring back Glissa itself. Okay, opponents. And also we can Atroxus Fall that Chromatic Lantern itself, so that should at least get that off the field, which is actually nice for us. Okay, come on, opponent. Let me have my card. Let me have my card. Come on. Wherever you're at, opponent. Anytime now. Anytime now, opponent. There we go. Okay. Atroxus Fall. We will get rid of that Chromatic Lantern. Deny them their mana fixing. That's gone. Okay. So far, so good. At least with Glissa out, if they don't have any removal, we can block for days. That's great. That's what we need. Oh, they have Wither Crown too? Wow. Our opponent also is definitely doing its thing. Branching Evolution. Okay. Let's see. Okay. They are going to start building a giant army of... Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. All right. Well, Tyvar is going to die, unfortunately. I have no idea if we have a way out of this either again. Wow. If we only got a Wrath, I think we would find... Okay. Obviously not. We can't block those. Actually, I probably could have blocked with Glissa, but that's okay. That's fine.
Win next time.
Decline. Elvish Archer is good too. So, Can we do both? I think we can do both. Okay. Tap. Untap. Elvish Archer coming in. Nice. Okay, much better. Much better. Okay. Is your Patreon new? Oh, good question. I've actually had the Patreon awkwardly for a couple years, but I never advertised it because I didn't bother updating it until maybe the past like couple months. So, good question on that one. I just haven't had time to like do all that because I've been trying to figure out ways of expanding my own content, but it's been a little awkward because I am a one Fireball, one plush show. Plush, you may say? Don't worry. I'll explain the plush a little bit later on, but yeah, that's how I operate right now. Since I'm doing this all on my own, it just can get a little tiring, but I'm trying to see if I can make it all work. Okay, in the meantime, okay, so how do we do this here? Put it on theirs. We untap. We will play Lathril. And, alright, well, we're all out. So, okay, opponents. I guess this is now going to be an interesting game of who can outdo her. Alright, so, their Glissa... Oh, wow, they actually sacrificed it. Surprised. Okay. I mean, they have enough tokens. Assemble the team. Oh, you're playing alchemy cards, opponent? That's cheating. I mean, I guess not really, but I just don't like alchemy cards. I make it on principle that I never put alchemy cards into my deck, especially because for those of you out there that see, oh boy, they have Grave Pact. Well, this is going to get a little rougher now. I don't know if we're going to find a way around this, but we'll try. Our opponent here is going to swing. Okay. They are swinging. Okay, Tyvar is going to have to die, unfortunately, here, but that's fine. This is okay, everybody. We have a ways around this. Okay, we'll do it that way. So, we'll sacrifice the Glissa here. That's not a big deal. Because Vat of Rebirth still does its thing. Opponent really did not want Tyvar to survive. Okay, Herald's also not bad either. Alright. And then... Wait, what do we have right now? Okay. Get the Land of War Visionary. Make a ton of mana. Come on, deck. Go off for me. That's all I ask. Draw a card. Okay, it's just a land. Not a big deal. Okay, so, wait. So how much can we do right here? 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Dang, we're so close. So close. We're going to swing with just the attended socialite. Down to 20. Okay, deck. I don't know if we're going to survive, but we'll try. Lathril coming in again. Like, Kalista seems very self-sufficient. It is. It is very good. When I joined, you were just talking about it, so I just checked it out. I joined in the lower tier. I hope it helps a little bit. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Even just a little bit, even the $3 a month just shows that somebody does care enough to support what I do. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that, Cookie B3. I'll do my best to try to keep on top of it because there have been some days, especially during the holiday season, man, it's been so hard to kind of keep on top of everything, you know, life and everything, but I try. So thank you for that. Okay, so our opponent here's swinging. Oh, wow, okay. The Grave Pack, let's see, hold on. That's 10, 11, 12. Do we just let it go? Okay. Down to 2. Okay. Did we get there? Wait, hold on. Did we get there? Swing here. Gain 9 life, so that's up to 11. Opponents. They can block with 2. Did we get there with this? I don't think we did, but hold on. I'm not very good at math. Wait. We did? We won? Yes, we actually did it. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just not good at math, everybody. But hey, we did it. That was a nice way to end it, everybody. We beat out our opponent. We had the budget version of Lathril. And our opponent, of course, was going a little harder than us. And we somehow made it. Wow. Our opponent got, I don't know, I guess they maybe just gave up on the swing there. Just whatever we're thinking we were going to block. But yay, we did it. That was a nice way to end it, everybody. Yeah. Okay, I feel good about that one. I feel very good. Very good. All right, great game, opponent. Good job on that one. I'll give him props on that one, though. It was nice to see a cute little mirror match there, so I'll take that one. I will definitely take that. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping this up in just a little bit here, but let's actually talk about the deck in whole. So that was basically our version of a Dark Elf deck, Golgari Elves, whatever you want to call it. Let me know in the comments below, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Is this something that you like? To be honest, I'm glad that we have Lathril finally in Arena. She's actually a really powerful but cool commander. Granted, we didn't really get a chance to do her own thing. That was also because I made a couple of misplays and stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Lathril can be a massive threat if your opponent is not prepared for it. Even here on a budget day, we managed to still pull off some stuff here that actually show you the deck can go off if your opponent is not prepared for it. Obviously, elves are a great creature type because they're heavily supported. They do a lot. They create a ton of mana. They can create a lot of big creatures. They can go wide and go very big very quickly. Now, as for our version today, even though we are budget, we have to be honest with ourselves. And we have to be very critical. The biggest weakness to our deck is if our opponent wraths, we will get hosed. If our opponent can spot removal key mana dorks in the early game, we also struggle because we can't then ramp out everything else we want to do. We have some card draw engines in the deck that can do their thing, but they are a little, honestly, I like them, but they're a little slow. Like cards like Warden of the Cycle here, we didn't really see it in action, but again, it has to rely on cards dying. So maybe if I wanted to tweak this again, maybe I probably would have done a little bit more sacrificing, just so this way we have a little bit more leeway with creatures that we wanted to sacrifice for value. Maybe that probably would have been the better way to do it. There was a couple of cards that I wanted to add in here, but unfortunately Arena kind of makes it a little hard. So the card specifically that I actually wanted was, to no surprise, I honestly wanted the Meat Hook Massacre as our Wrath. But because of how Arena nerfed the card, it only makes our opponent lose life. We can't gain life. So that's kind of a problem. So that's something to also keep in mind with a deck like this is it can be extremely powerful, but it will get very expensive very quickly if you're a person that wants to go all out with it. Having said all that, honestly, I think you could probably much keep the list as is. There might be a couple of key cards I probably would tweak. If you want to go into the more sacrifice outlet here, you have plenty of cards now for that. So you have, hold on. Let's still do this real quick. So let's see. Well, So we have Grave Pact here. This honestly, I think probably would have been great for the deck just to force our opponent into a situation where they can't really willy-nilly attack us. This would be good if you want to go more the sacrifice outlet for you. You saw today that there's can be some other cards that also you can utilize if you want to go that route. If you just want to go all in on just elves and you want to just do your thing, then let's see real quick. Okay, so if we're going to go all in and we want to go super crazy with the budget, there's definitely a lot of cards you can add in that we didn't play with today. So in terms of more powerful elves, you have Pelt Collector here. We have Fauna Shaman. If you want to discard one of our elves, just look for a more powerful elf. Wildborn Preserver has Flash and Reach, which is going to be great for us. Cards like Thorn Lieutenant can be awesome for you. Elvish Clan Caller is a nice lord, but it doesn't really get a chance to do much else. It's better probably for 60 card formats. In terms of other cards, if you want to go more landfall, you can also have Nissa here, which is also an elf too, and she can help you kind of do some more ramping. Tyvar here also will be an amazing card for you if you want to go more on the just go big with a ton of mana and just pound things away. Steel Leaf Champion's an amazing beatdown creature, which can be great in the early game. If you can get it out on turn 2, it's insanely good. Let's see, I'm trying to think like, you have plenty of elves to work with here. There's like Selvala here, Rishkar if you want to do more +1/+1 counters, which is also kind of something we didn't do, but that's also something you can do. Canopy Tactician also can be great for you for the mid game. If you want some more graveyard hate that's an elf, Deathrite Shaman is also an amazing card for us. Some other fun cards, if you want to do some more crazy things, if you want to go more tokens, Voice of the Woods here can also be fun. Realm Seekers also, same thing. There's a lot of subcategories that elves can go into. So if you want to go big with them, you have plenty of options for you. You can do +1/+1 counters, as I just mentioned. You can do some more sacrifice for value options for you. There's plenty of stuff you can do with elves that we didn't really get a chance to do with today. Again, our version is considered a budget version and arena. So I will put, of course, the list up when this video is done. When I have the time to put in the details, I'll put in that. We'll make sure to put all the links and everything in the details, so don't worry. And of course, copies of this are going to be up, of course, on all socials. So there'll be a copy on Instagram. That one's a vertical version, but that is up there. There'll be, of course, a version on YouTube, version on X, and a version, of course. I'll try to see if I can try to put one onto the Patreon. I forgot to do that for the other one, so oops. But don't worry, I will throw those all on there for you. Again, the point I'm trying to make, though, is you have plenty of options for elves. There's plenty you can do. At the bare minimum, if you like the deck as is, the link, of course, will be up. But the best option, if you want to upgrade this, is just upgrade the mana base. I've said this many, many times. You can actually have jank cards, but if you have a jank land base, it can get a little difficult to then cast what you need. So if you're going to invest rares, go for the good dual lands while you can. Other cards that I also recommend for you personally is I love Journey to Eternity. Throw this in there if you want to make sure you can keep bringing back certain elves from the graveyard to the battlefield, no matter how much they get blown up. So maybe we could put that in the future. You have cards like Woodland Cemetery here, the Surveil Land. If you want the Temple, I probably wouldn't put the Temple because it's not as good anymore. Restless Cottage can be also kind of decent if you want some more graveyard hate. Overgrown Tomb, that's going to be essential for you. Nurturing Peatland, Deathcap Glade, the Pathway Land, Blooming Marsh. You get the idea here. All these are good dual lands for you to put. The only one I probably would hold off on would probably be like Necrobloom Snarl and Temple of Maladay, only just because they're not the best rare dual lands, but if you have copies of them, you don't have anything else, throw them in there. I suppose that is better than just the generic tap dual lands. They'll have at least some utilities for you. But otherwise, that's mostly all I have for you for that one. I could go on and on for the next like 30, 40 minutes on how you can upgrade the deck, but you get the idea for you. Hopefully this will at least provide for you some fun entertainment today, and hopefully you had a chance to at least see what you are capable of building if you actually want to go into all elves. I assure you, you will not, of course, be disappointed. Now, as always, for those of you who have stuck around this far into the video, and this far into the stream, you are my true fiery friends. And as always, I thank you for that by showing you what is to come later on this week and the future. So the final thing that I forgot to mention was I did mention that we were going to do, of course, the basically energy deck. So this was the deck that was meant to come out today as a deck tech, but of course I have to redo some of the content. So I'm going to try to get this out on Friday for our next deck tech. So that's going to be the next basically series for those that are unaware. Again, this is a series that focuses on pulling together awesome fun decks without utilizing a single rare or mythic. So these are great budget decks for beginner players and those of you who are trying to build your collection on Arena. As far as the final one, this is the final one in the 3-drop series. So basically Treasures is going to be the one for the future, but we will hold off on that a little bit later on. But that is the next one. I am also trying to now brew 4 color super budget decks Not going to lie, they're hard to do, but I am going to accept the challenge. So I'm going to try to do those in the future. I have a Madness deck that also I'm building. So this Frog Madness deck will be our future deck tech a little bit later this month. And then, of course, you'll get a cute little preview here of one of our Christmas themed decks that I'm already kind of set to go on. I think it should be out by, if not the 23rd, maybe Christmas Eve itself. It is coming. This one's actually a fun one. Hopefully, again, I'll have some time to put this together. If I cannot put this together as a deck tech, we'll put it together live. Either way, this is actually a really sweet deck, so hopefully you'll see that. Oh, take care of Cookie B3. Thanks again for joining us today. Thanks again for being a new fiery friend. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow on the stream. But as far as everyone else is going, that is basically it for the stream, everybody. Thank you one more time to everybody that was here with me today. I appreciate all of you out there. And again, shout outs for those of you who have been watching. I haven't had a chance to say that, but those of you across various areas who've been streaming the streams, for those of you that are on, I see now on Instagram here. So, But Lord MTG, thanks again for being here. Born in 91. Thanks again. 66. Permthes 6. Sorry, I messed that up, but you get it. Thanks again for the shout out there. Den Splendid, as always, my all-star who is always here. Cookie B3, I know you just left right now. Thanks again for being here today. And then Sirki, I don't know if you're still there or not. KBG, thanks again for also joining us today. Thank you, all of you, for that. And with that, that's pretty much it, everybody. If I didn't get a shout out to you, sorry about that, but don't worry. That was pretty much everyone I saw today that was active on the stream. And again, we will hopefully see you tomorrow, maybe a little bit later into the afternoon. But that's pretty much all I have for today, everybody. Have a wonderful week, no matter where you're at. And again, as always, we will hopefully have some more fun in the future. But before we go, as always, wait, hold on. I got to do this correctly. For some reason, hold on. I like to do my little outro before I go. It's always kind of like my fun little, my thing, if you will. Okay, hold on. Don't worry. We will get there. Oh, Sergey, you are still there. Yeah, it's okay. Thanks again for lurking, though. Yeah, have a good day. Take care. Hold on. I do like to still do my fun little outro, so let's see if we can get this going. Let's try. There we go. And just remember, no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Hopefully, we will see you tomorrow, everybody. Later.